Hi, welcome back to Lauralign. Today we're really going to try to stretch out the legs and do some chest openers. Go ahead and dress in something cozy and meet me on your mat. As always, don't forget your water. Hello and welcome back to my personal yoga practice. Today I brought my very well loved bolster pillow. I think I got this as a set of 2 on Amazon for like 15 bucks. The cover is like kind of like pilly, and the fabric gets all like rough feeling. So I want to get like a new pillowcase for it. Buyer beware, I guess I'm trying to say here. But make sure to bring something to support you. It can be even the pillow from your bed for your head at night, just something for this practice. And of course, bring your water, which I will chug happily right now. Ah, squirrel! Miss Ma'am. Hello, beautiful. Go ahead and get started right away doing the usual things. This time you can use your pillow as you like to support whatever area you feel like you need supported as we lay down for a moment and attend to our scalps and eyes, making sure we release tension we may not even have realized was there, which is why I love doing it so much, because we don't really often think about throughout our day, like, oh, hold on, let me just stop and like I need to roll my eyes around for a second to release my eye strain. Like we just don't have time to do that, sadly, a lot of the time. So that's all I'm trying to say there. I feel like today's off to a great start with these words. I'm like, I swear I know how to talk, but all right, I'm gonna get to my scalp massage and stuff like that. So I'll give you guys the next few minutes of um, tuning into the breath. And before I do get silent, let me just say that today, while we are thinking about the breath, you can adopt one of the other visualization techniques or any other meditation technique that you would like. So you don't necessarily have to keep with the counting, especially if you're not a fan. But mostly just to add a little bit of variety each day, while we do work on a lot of the same things throughout the arc of like this whole thing here. I do try to mix it up every once in a while, just because it can feel like the same old thing time in and like day in, day out. So basically just use whatever meditation technique you would like as we move into a nice slow practice today. Very restorative. Okay, so whenever you feel like you have massaged your temples and your jaw enough, maybe even rubbing the skin around your eyes, brushing your eyebrow hairs back and forth, just these little things we don't really think about doing that can feel really nice, just like surprisingly nice. Once you're done with all of that, you can join me in pulling your knees up to your chest and rocking back and forth, just giving yourself a little hug, just saying, hey, me, thanks for being here, me, showing up for myself today, this day, on my mat. Even though maybe you didn't want to, maybe you had to talk yourself into it today, it happens, we're only human. Repetition can be a great thing, but it can also be a little boring, so I get it. But I am proud of you for showing up today, and I'm also proud of myself too. So let's start out with that. Just a little bit of gratitude for being here today. Letting go of everything that happened before this. Tuning into the present moment right now with this breath and whatever technique that you have chosen to anchor yourself to this practice today. You can join me in Dandasana with very bent knees here whenever you're ready. Just make sure you are bending at the hip to achieve this motion if you're going to bend forward. Although technically staff pose, you can just sit up straight and legs out long like this. So you can kind of play around here with whatever variation suits you, flexing the feet or not, bending the knees or not. Leaning forward, touching the toes or not. So, YOLO. Do whatever you want to do right now. Letting the breath be your guide just as much as I am right now. Doing your best to extend the exhale as we have been doing, regardless of your chosen meditation technique. And whenever you're feeling it, you can move into cat-cow variation here. Little play time, little stretch time. Can take it back to child's pose, even knees as wide as the mat. I like to crawl my arms underneath me here and kind of frame my face with my hands. Forehead comes to the mat. Can feel a generous stretch and release all throughout upper back, shoulder blades. Widening the knees like this allows the hips to open up a bit as well. And in fact, this is the whole reason I brought my bolster pillow to the mat, because I love to do this one supported. And the bolster pillow for me is like the perfect length. So I'm not really sure if this is going to be a perfect fit for you. You can make it work however you want, but I basically like sit on one edge of the bolster and then the other edge supports me. I can even put my chin down. So my chin is basically up against the other side of the bolster here, and I can release the whole weight of everything because I tend to tense up too much in my neck to allow myself to fully release down. So that's why this is really nice. So hopefully you're there with me with envisioning what this is supposed to feel like. You should really feel supported by like a cloud right now. So breathe into it and really allow yourself to tap into a little bit more of that gratitude from earlier as we breathe. Just the release, all of it, just letting go, surrendering to only the now. All that exists is this moment. And then after that, all that exists is that moment. So it's just moment after moment and learning to appreciate each moment. Learning to smile through even the most mundane tasks has honestly been a game changer in the way that I do my daily routine. So while I've got you here breathing, let me just talk about that for a second, because I really was finding it hard to find a balance in all of it. Like working 40 hours a week and then like I'm exhausted from that, and then I know y'all feel me. You get home and it's all dirty and you're like, ugh, I don't even have the energy, and then it just piles up. But I've had a good rhythm going for a while now. I made myself a promise that with these YouTube video releases, I was gonna keep up on them and I was gonna keep up on my cleaning. So it just makes everything else feel so much easier. Okay, so coming out of that, whenever you're ready, you can always use your pillow or cushion or whatever for your knees if you like, especially if you want to get a little like supported hovering cat or something here. So we can go back up and play in that cat cow again. So do a little hovering cat, whatever you feel like. Or maybe you've already been here this whole time, while I've been talking about my cleaning habits. Whatever, no shame. Ultimately, where I want this to take us is going back to these wide legs, toes touching in the back, and then you can find a foundation here with the wrists. Start with the left wrist, place it in the middle of the mat, and then you can kind of twist up and rise up here with the right arm, being mindful of the neck and shoulders, only moving as much as you feel like you can. Breathing. While we've got you here, we can also thread the needle. So take that right arm down between, and you can lay your right ear on the mat. This is difficult with my microphone, but pressing into your feet to help you here with balance, and activating your core always helps. That's why a nice little hovering cat might come in handy. Switching to the other side whenever you're ready. Right hand comes to the middle of the mat. Find that foundation in your legs and your hips. Make sure that feels solid before you even attempt to lift up on the left side here. And a good indicator is your fronts of your wrists here are, or fronts of your elbows are facing forward. That's always a good indicator that I'm holding my arms correctly for this, because there's a certain rotation of the shoulders that you need to have here. Otherwise you are in danger of hurting yourself. So just be mindful, please. Spread your fingertips and press into them to help you here as you lift the left arm and open up through the chest and shoulders. Breathing. Thread the needle whenever you're ready on this other side. Take it down as slowly as you need to. I'm convinced I'm gonna get a new microphone again. I like the way this one sounds, but it's just not conducive for this. Like, being all up in my face like this is not a good thing. So catch me in the market for a perfect yoga microphone. Haven't found it yet. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying yours. I'm gonna have to do some thread the needles after I stop filming for the day. Whenever you're ready, you can take a plank or skip that. Meet me in downward facing dog after that. So optional plank and downward facing dog. Trying to take this elongated exhale breath with us wherever we choose to go. My knee just popped. I really like to test myself with these planks, if you can't tell, but downward facing dog is a good place to land after you're done your plank, or if you skipped it, then hey, what up? We're meeting you here. Okay, drop back through. We're gonna come back to hero's pose. So just kind of sit back, bum on the heels. Can take one, clasp hands behind you and make sure one hand is above the other. I don't like to intertwine my fingers. You can if you like. I just kind of like to grasp palms like I'm holding my own hand, like I'm a baby. Like little baby hands holding each other. Anyways, this is a really nice chest opener, and it also just allows you a moment to catch your breath if you need it. Feel free to kind of lift up the knees a little bit here, playing with, pressing into the feet as you do so. Kind of creates a nice little stretch there with the ankle. Just a suggestion, don't push it or anything. I just like to play around with my feet. I didn't realize how dead my feet were. So speaking of, I would love to take a nice forward fold so you can get back up into down dog and then crawl back from there, or just, however you want to get here. No fancy transitions or anything today. We're just going to go for what we need. And I feel like a nice bent knee forward fold. Is it? Coming back down through. Can almost do like a little squat moment for a sec if you want here. Back in a hero's pose variation. Kind of playing with a little bit of a back bend here. This is almost like the one where you go like this. The name escapes me right now. I'll have to put it like over here when I look it up later, but you go like this and then you back bend. Ooh, you back bend over. I can't really do that now. Yeah, anyways, but this is a cool place to practice from. Practice some back bends, like some nice supported. Trying to be mindful of the neck. I feel like this is a very chaotic experience. I'm interested to see how this turns out. I feel like I'm all over the place, so if you're still breathing in that elongated breath, then bless you. And we're pretty much to the tail end of it now anyway, so let's transition to the bum. Just gonna do a little seated twisting, then a little supine twisting, and then shavasana. So you can simply sit here with your feet on the ground and your knees bent and grasp. We're going to turn to the right, so left hand comes to right knee. You can have legs together if you like here, but we're simply going to take the right hand to come behind us and twist. You can always move. I'm almost doing like elbow to knee here. Just a nice gentle twist. Sitting up a little taller with each inhale and twisting a little further gently with each exhale. Coming back to center, same thing on the other side. So whenever you're ready, find that breath again and twist to the left. Interesting to see how different the sides feel. Yes. Feels awesome. Whenever you're ready, take it back to center and meet me on your back, however you want to get there. So I tried to be somewhat gentler than usual today. The theme of the day, gentle. One of the themes anyway. I feel like we got plenty going on here. So with that being said, so we're gonna land here on our backs with our knees bent, feet on the ground. Simply shift your hips and your feet over to one side of the mat and knees. So we're gonna shift over to the right, knees are gonna fall to the left and leave our shoulders on the ground. You can always stick that pillow underneath you for a little more space if your hips and low back possibly are a little tender right now, and do not allow the knees to come all the way to the ground without a lot of pain. We do not want this action to be painful, so please, by all means, use whatever props you need to at any point. And whenever you're ready, same thing on the other side. So shifting hips and feet over to the left, knees go to the right. You can choose to let that breath go if you have not already. Let whatever type of meditation technique you have go. Coming back full circle to the gratitude for taking the time today. And you can enter full Shavasana whenever you're ready. So extend the legs fully out. Hands come to the sides, palms up. Just accepting the way it is right now. Whatever this practice was for you, honoring that, being grateful for that, whatever it may have taught you today. I hope that the rest of your day brings you happiness. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for practicing with me today. Bye.